Hey guys, in this lesson, we're gonna draw a zombie puppy. Here's a quick preview of how our drawings turn out at the very end. I hope you're really excited to follow along. This lesson is super fun, and remember, it's okay if your drawings don't look exactly like mine. I hope you'll take time during the lesson to pause and add more details to your drawing. You can change it any way you want. You could have maybe an eyeball popping out, or you could draw more stitches or bites taken out of your zombie puppy. For this lesson, we're using our pencil and also eraser to draw the main shapes. Now this part I go a little fast, so remember to pause the video during each of the steps so that you can work on getting the circle, the oval, and also the legs just the way you want it before we move on to the next step. Then after the pencil, we're using our markers to draw the details and add color. But you can also use whatever you have. Colored pencils work great too. Okay, let's get started. First, let's use our pencil to draw the main shape of our puppy. I'm gonna draw a circle for the head, and I'm drawing it towards the left and top of the paper so that we have room for the body and also the tail. We're gonna draw the body coming out to the right. I'm gonna draw an oval shape. Now, anytime if I go too fast, remember you can always pause the video. And it's really nice to use the pencil first so that we can work on these lines, get them just the way that we want them before we move on to the next step. So right here I have a couple extra lines. I'm gonna switch to my eraser and erase these extra ones so that I'm not confused later when we switch to the marker. Then we can draw the tail coming out to the left, to the right. We're gonna draw it curving up and then curving back into the body. And then we got this extra one, came down too far. There we go. Okay, next let's draw the legs. I'm gonna draw it coming down, and we'll draw the other side of the leg. Then we can draw the paw curving here and then back to the other side. There's one leg. Now let's draw the other one, and this one, we're gonna have a bone sticking out to make it gross. So we could probably just leave it like this. And then for the back leg, let's draw an oval first. And then we can draw the curve down here because the puppy legs, back legs kind of bend different. So we're gonna draw it bending to the right and then coming down. And then we can draw the little paw here to match like we have on the front paw. Okay, I'm going really fast, so remember to pause the video, and you can even rewind if you need to watch it over again. Now let's draw the same leg back here. We're just going to repeat the same steps. So let's draw these two lines right here. So we're going to draw those back here. Then we're going to draw it coming forward, and then we can draw that little paw. We're going to draw it higher so that it looks more 3D. There, that looks really cool. We could also draw more of the shapes on the face. Let's draw the snout. I'm going to draw a circle in the bottom left of the main circle. And then for the eyes, we could draw those big and open. I'm going to draw that size here, and then over here, the same size. Okay, now for the ears, let's draw a triangle shape. We'll draw a diagonal line, and over here, we'll draw a diagonal line to match. We're gonna draw them floppy. And then let's draw it diagonal line up and then over. So we got this triangle shape. Then let's draw the triangle shape over here too. And we could also connect those into the head. I think we have all of the main shapes. We got this circle here for the snout, two smaller circles for the eyes. We've got this big oval for the body, and we've got the general shapes for the legs, and also the tail. So let's put our pencil off to the side, and we can switch to our marker. Let's first add the details to the face. And I'm gonna start right here on the nose or the snout, and we're gonna draw the nose. So we've got this letter V, and then we can draw the top curving over. We could also draw little nostrils inside. And then right here, let's draw the split down to the mouth. And let's trace over the pencil line down to here. And then let's curve around and up for the mouth. There you go. So curved up, down, and then back up. And then in here, let's draw the bottom of the mouth or the jaw. And we could also draw it curving down a little further. And we'll leave it there. Okay, now let's draw the eyes next. Right here, this one's a little too round. I'm gonna make this more 3D by drawing more of an oval shape. So it looks like it's kind of on the side of the dog's head. And then we'll draw this eye more of a circle. These are really big zombie eyes. And then we could draw the little pupils inside. Maybe he's really worried because he doesn't know what's happening to him. Okay, now for the shape of the head, let's start right here and we'll curve down to the eye. And then we can also come out for the cheek and then into the snout. Oh, and right here, we could draw a little worried eyebrow right here. I'm gonna draw it curving, just a little curve. Next, let's draw some of the brains showing up here out of our dog's head. I'm gonna draw some bumpy lines coming outside of that pencil line or the pencil circle. And then we can draw it coming back and connecting to where we started. And then we can add more details for the brain. I'm gonna draw some bumpy lines inside and maybe another one right here. And some lines going this way. There we go, that's pretty gross. Okay, next, let's draw the rest of the head coming down and we'll stop at the little dog's ears. And then we'll start drawing the ear. So we got this curve coming out of the head and bending down. We're gonna change some of this ear. So we drew these main kind of basic triangle shapes. So we're gonna draw these with more details. Here's the inside of the ear. And we're gonna curve down and we can draw the top of the ear coming over and down. Now here, let's draw it torn or like a bite is taken out of our dog's ear. So we just draw a bunch of zigzags connecting. All right, now let's draw the other ear over here. We're gonna draw the outside first. So we'll draw it curving up and we can draw this little fold that we have on the right ear. We can match it over here. And then we'll come down over the top of the ear. And then let's curve back up and down. Nice, now let's finish the rest of our little puppy's head. I'm gonna come down from the ear. And we don't have to follow the pencil line exactly. We can add little extra things, maybe some zigzags. And instead of it drawing kind of a perfect circle, we're gonna add some bumps to the jaw. All right, there's our little puppy's head. Now let's draw the body. And we can even add a little jacket on our puppy. I'm gonna start by drawing the letter V here for the shirt. And we could draw the collar sticking out. And let's draw the collar over here too. So we've got these upside down letter V's, maybe a little zigzag, and then we'll curve up to the neck. Okay, now for the rest of the shirt, we could draw the chest first, curving, and we could add more zigzags down here at the bottom. And let's add a button. So we got the line going down the middle for the shirt and a little circle for the button. Then we could add a sleeve on this side. So we'll draw it curving outside of the pencil line. And here's a short one inside. And then we could draw a zigzag for the end of the sleeve. Let's draw the sleeve over here too. So we'll trace over the pencil line. And then we could draw that zigzag like we did on the other sleeve. And then we could draw the bone sticking out of this sleeve. So we'll draw two short lines together. And then we'll draw the end of the bone. on the bottom of the sleeve. Okay, on this side, let's draw the puppy's full paw. So we're gonna draw on top of the pencil line, the guidelines. We'll trace over this one too. And we can also add 2 toe lines. There we go, it's looking really cool. I'm sure drawings are looking awesome too. And I hope you're also taking extra time to change your puppy. You could add more stitches, or maybe the zombie eyes look a little different, or we could also have, maybe there's some drool coming out of our puppy's mouth. Oh yeah, and then we could also draw maybe some goo or slime coming down from the eyeball. You can add a lot more details, so don't worry about trying to make it look exactly like mine. Okay, next, let's draw the rest of the shirt. So I'm gonna draw more zigzags here, and then we'll kind of curve up and more zigzags, and then into the head. There's our little zombie shirt. Now let's draw the rest of the body. We're gonna draw more zigzags for the belly. Then we can draw the back leg. It's kind of the knee shape. Then we'll come up here for the back and come down, zigzag out, and then the back of the foot. Next, we can draw the front of the leg and also the paw. Don't forget to add the 2 toe lines too. Now the last foot back here, we're gonna draw it really a lot smaller and higher so that it looks 3D. And the toe lines. Okay, the last thing we need to add is the little tail. We'll curve up, then we're gonna draw a zigzag coming down, out, one more zigzag, and back in. All right, we did it. We finished drawing our zombie puppy. It looks really cool, except it's gonna look so much better once we color it. Now this part will fast forward, so remember to pause the video again and take time to color your drawings. But before you color, remember to switch to your eraser and erase any of the pencil lines you can still see. I really hope you'll take time to color your drawing. You can pause the video to match my same coloring, but also remember you can color your drawings any way you want. I added a lot of extra details and texture and shading, but you could just keep it simple by coloring the whole thing solid. I also added a ground and some dead plants in the background, but you could also complete your drawing by finishing the background. If you want to color it similar to mine, I used 2 greens, a light green for the main color, and I filled in the whole dog first. Then I used a darker green to add the shading underneath the head and the ears, and also used it for texture, little dots all over the face and body. Then I used 2 blues, a dark blue and a light blue. The dark blue is also for shading. Same thing with the eyes and also the bone. I used this light kind of tan color and then a medium brown for the shading. And don't forget to color the brain pink. And I hope you had a lot of fun following along with me and drawing a zombie puppy. And we'll see you later, our friends. Goodbye.